Tesla's Giga Press replaces 400 parts with one. Tesla's stated target one vehicle every 5 to 10 seconds off the new unboxed line at Giga, Texas, versus 16 hours at Volkswagen's fastest EV plant. What does casting 400 parts into one actually do to the $25,000 price tag? What happens to your repair bill on a car built this way? And why can't any other automaker but Tesla run this line? If Tesla can compress 400 separate parts into a single casting, what exactly are you paying $25,000 for? To understand why $25,000 is actually possible, not just a marketing number, you have to understand what Tesla changed about the factory itself. A traditional car assembly line is a long, linear process. Parts come in, robots work sequentially, and the car moves down the line one step at a time. The Model 3, when it launched, was built from thousands of individual components assembled in exactly that sequence. Efficient by legacy standards. By Tesla's new standards, already obsolete. The first change was the Giga Press, and it's bigger than most people realize. Tesla's latest generation can take over 400 separate stamped and welded parts and replace them with a single cast aluminum unit. One press cycle. One structural piece. That eliminates hundreds of welds, cuts assembly time, and removes the material handling complexity that quietly drives up labor costs on every traditional line. But the Giga Press is only half the story. The larger shift is the unboxed process. And this is where the NV9's $25,000 price becomes structurally defensible. Instead of one long sequential line, Tesla breaks the car into 6 large subassemblies: front structure, rear structure, underbody with integrated battery pack, left side, right side, and interior module. Each is built simultaneously in parallel, fully outfitted. Seats are bolted to the floor module while it's still wide open, not threaded through a door frame afterward. And at the very end, all 6 snap together at a single precision joining station. The numbers that result from this are hard to argue with. Factory floor space drops by 40%. The target cycle time is one finished vehicle every 5 to 10 seconds, compared to 33 seconds per Model Y at Giga Shanghai today. Giga Shanghai itself is already the global benchmark. It reportedly now builds a Model Y L in roughly 2.5 hours, down from about 10 hours before 2023. For reference, Volkswagen's fastest E-Fi line, the ID.3 plant at Zwickau, still needs 16 hours per vehicle. That's not a small gap. The Cybercab went first. Production at Giga, Texas started in February 2026, making it the first vehicle in history to run the complete unboxed process at commercial scale. Tesla was granted a U.S. patent on the system in September 2025. The NV9 follows the same architecture. Put it together, and Tesla's stated 50% cost reduction versus the Model 3 platform isn't a rounding error or a PR talking point, and the engineering behind it supports the math. It's the arithmetic of 400 parts becoming one, of 6 parallel build tracks, replacing one sequential line, of a factory footprint that fits in a fraction of the space. That's what $25,000 is actually paying for. And at $17,500 after the federal tax credit, we're talking about a price point cheaper than the average used car sold in the US right now, which, depending on your perspective, is either exciting or slightly terrifying for the rest of the market. What actually happens to your insurance bill the first time someone clips your NV9 in a parking lot? Here's the part nobody talks about in the $25,000 conversation. When you compress 400 parts into one cast unit, you solve a manufacturing problem and create a repair problem. If that single large casting cracks or deforms in a collision, you can't just swap out part 247 of 400. You're dealing with a structural component the size of half a car. Early Model Y owners learned this lesson the hard way. Minor rear-end collisions. the kind that would have cost $2,000 to $3,000 in traditional bumper and sheet metal work, were coming back from insurance appraisers as total losses. The reason was straightforward: the Megacast rear section had no serviceable subcomponents. Replacing the casting meant replacing a structural unit that cost more than the car's remaining book value. Suddenly, a $1,500 parking lot incident became a write-off. Tesla has been aware of this for a while, and the unboxed process is partly a direct response to it. With the NV9 built in 6 distinct modules, a front-end collision theoretically means replacing the front module, not the entire underbody. That's a meaningful design improvement over the single casting approach. A 2025 Thatcham research study backed this up, finding that megacast structures can actually be cheaper to repair than traditional steel construction. But only when the manufacturer designs for repairability from the start and publishes detailed repair procedures. The critical phrase is "from the start." The NV9's modular architecture suggests Tesla took that feedback seriously. The catch, and there always is one, is that module replacement still requires a specialized repair network. Your neighborhood body shop is not equipped to handle precision subassembly work on a car built this way. You need an authorized Tesla collision center, and in large portions of North America and Europe. Those are not close to everyone. Giga Berlin is currently installing a second unboxed production line ahead of European deliveries expected in Q3 2026. But authorized repair capacity in Europe is still catching up to the cars already on the road. The practical takeaway is simple before you put a deposit on an NV9. Look up the nearest Tesla-authorized collision repair facility. If it's more than 50 miles from where you live, build that into your insurance conversation before you sign anything. The Model Y Juniper 2026 is the closest real-world baseline for insurance cost benchmarking right now, and those numbers should inform your NV9 ownership budget well before delivery day arrives. 6 automakers are racing to copy Tesla's factory. So, why is the gap getting wider, not smaller? Here is something the mainstream automotive press consistently underreports. The companies chasing Tesla's manufacturing lead are chasing a target that keeps moving. More than 6 major automakers, including Hyundai, Toyota subsidiaries, and several European OEMs, are investing heavily in gigacasting programs after watching what it did to Tesla's cost structure. They are buying large-format die casting equipment, restructuring supplier relationships, and revising production architectures that took decades to build. This is not nothing. But here's what they're actually copying: the version of the Giga Press that Tesla used to build the Model Y. That was a 2020 to 2022 innovation. The industry is now in 2026 trying to replicate a 6-year-old process, while Tesla has already moved the target twice. First to the full single-piece underbody casting concept, and now to the unboxed process itself. The hardware gap is measurable in ways that are hard to dismiss. VW's fastest EV plant runs at 16 hours per vehicle. Giga Shanghai is at 2.5 hours. The NV9 line targets under 10 seconds per completed vehicle. Even if a legacy automaker purchased the exact casting equipment Tesla uses today, they would still be running it inside a traditional linear assembly architecture. The unboxed process is not a machine you can buy. It's a system design, patented in the US in September 2025. You can license a Giga Press. You cannot buy the process that makes the factory 40% smaller while running 6 build tracks simultaneously. What this means for your current Tesla is worth thinking through carefully. If the NV9 launches on schedule in late 2026 at or near $25,000, the used Model 3 and Model Y market faces real pricing pressure by 2027 and 2028. Buyers who today choose a used 2023 Model Y over a new NV9 will no longer have that trade-off available. Used Tesla values in the $30,000 to $38,000 range could, by our estimate, compress by $4,000 to $6,000 as the new entry point resets the entire segment. If the NV9 is delayed, and Tesla's recent track record gives that scenario real probability. The used market could reasonably stay stable for another 12 to 18 months, though that timeline depends heavily on how Tesla manages the rollout. The window for current Tesla owners considering a sale is the one that closes first. It narrows the moment mass NV9 deliveries begin. If you're on the fence about timing, late 2026 is the deadline to watch. So here is where things stand. Tesla's $25,000 number has real engineering behind it, not marketing math, but the measurable result of 400 parts becoming 1 and 6 parallel build tracks replacing one sequential line. The repairability concern is legitimate, but the NV9's modular architecture is a direct response to the early Model Y lesson, and Tesla's manufacturing lead over the rest of the industry is not a head start. It's a patented system that nobody else is currently running at scale. Now it's your turn. Do you think Tesla ships the NV9 on time? Comment on time or delayed below. I read every single one, and the split is always more interesting than the headlines suggest. If this kind of ownership-focused breakdown is useful to you, hit the like button and subscribe. We're closing in on our next milestone, and there's a lot more NV9 analysis coming before those first consumer deliveries land. Hit the bell so you don't miss it.